Can you mix niacinamide and vitamin C together in the same product or in different products during your skincare routine? In this video I will answer this question, but if you are impatient and just want to know the answer is yes. Not only you can, but you actually should. If you want to know more details, let's talk about it after the intro. Hi everyone, my name is Luisa. I am a cosmetic chemist on a mission to help you look and feel your best. I'm also the founder of Luisa True Skincare, which is a beauty line where we use the truth as the main ingredient. So, like I said, today's video is about mixing vitamin C and niacinamide. I already told you that yes, not only you can mix them together, we will see at the end of this video. There's only one instance where I don't recommend that you mix them, but as a general rule, not only you can, but you also should. So this is what I call a skincare myth, meaning that it's something that now you see some influencers or skincare gurus talking about, and sometimes I believe that these people are just looking for something to talk about, because really they have not much to say, so they have to make up things. In this case, they claim that you cannot mix niacinamide and vitamin C because there was a study from the 60s saying that and when you mix these two chemicals, there's a classic acid-base reaction where nicotinic acid is formed, and the nicotinic acid can give you some redness or skin irritation. I really wish this was true, because that would mean that it's very easy for a chemical reaction to occur. But if you have like basic chemistry knowledge, or even more if you have ever worked in a chemistry lab, but even if you are not familiar with chemistry, you probably can understand that chemical reactions are actually very difficult to happen. And I remember when I was in college, I took a lot of organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry labs where we were mixing things, and even things that are supposed to react together quite easily. Now, those are the basic experiments that you do in the lab to teach the students. Even with those basic reactions, the yield of these reactions was very super poor, and all the time I was left with basically nothing, even though all the conditions were met and I was in the lab. So can you imagine actually niacinamide reacting with vitamin C in skincare products? Or even worse, this is really not even scientific, it just doesn't make sense that you apply a vitamin C serum first and then a niacinamide serum and the two react between each other. No, so this is just not gonna happen. Theoretically, the reaction, it is possible, but very high temperatures are required for this reaction to occur, and definitely it's not gonna happen inside your two skincare products. Moving on with the video, I want to give you some practical advice. You see, vitamin C is ascorbic acid, and it is an acid. Acids like ascorbic acid, to penetrate the skin, require a pH that is low. The exact level of pH depends on the acid, and there's a chemistry explanation because of that, but I don't want to bore you. So as a general rule, vitamin C performs at its peak when it is in a product, in a formula that has a pH that's low, I would say between 3.5, okay? With niacinamide is a little bit different. Niacinamide is not an acid and performs its best at a pH that's close to neutral, so I would say 6 or even 6.5. For this reason, as a consequence of this, niacinamide and vitamin C together in the same product is simply, they can exist but they won't perform at their best. Together in the same product, you're not maxing out their properties and you are missing a lot of their benefits. Just because, remember, it's not just about the ingredients, but it's also about the formula. Formulations play a very crucial role when it comes to delivery of the ingredients. And this is why I always say that you cannot buy products that have not been formulated by a professional, because yes, you can have the ingredients but they're just not gonna perform, okay? And in this case, I feel that certain companies, so they can sell more, they tend to put together these two ingredients, but these two ingredients in the same product, no, I don't see it. I mean, they can do better, okay, much better than that. Different case, completely different scenario if we have a vitamin C derivate together with niacinamide in the same product. Vitamin C derivatives, for example sodium ascorbyl phosphate, they perform very well at pH similar to those of niacinamide, for example around 6. So 6 is the pH level that's perfect for both niacinamide and sodium ascorbyl phosphate. As a consequence, if you find these two ingredients in the same product, yes, this makes a lot of sense, because like I said, they perform their best at the same pH level, which is also the reason why in my own skincare line I chose to use sodium ascorbyl phosphate and niacinamide together, instead of having, like I said before, vitamin C, ascorbic acid and niacinamide. Niacinamide and sodium ascorbyl phosphate together, they can really make a difference, and they are both anti-aging ingredient and they work in a synergic way. And again, that's the reason why in my line you find these two ingredients together. How about vitamin C and niacinamide in two different serums? Yes, again, they have a synergic effect. So I highly recommend that you use these two skincare ingredients together. They're both great for hyperpigmentation, but they work in a different way, with a different mechanism. So when you're using both, or niacinamide and vitamin C derivatives, you are really tackling hyperpigmentation from two different angles, and this can get you better results, especially in the long run. So maybe you're wondering whether you should wait a little bit between each application, meaning one serum with vitamin C and the other with niacinamide. I guess it depends on the formula, whether they are water-based or they are like lightweight creams or even creams. But as a general rule, I really don't feel like you need to wait more than what you usually wait. So as usual, use your common sense, just wait a few seconds, up to a minute, 2 minutes, until you feel that the first product has been absorbed, and then continue applying the second one. One last thing that I want to remind you that I think is very important is that remember to not use a bar soap and then applying the vitamin C on your skin right after cleaning with the soap. That is because the soap is gonna turn your skin's pH level to 8 or even higher, and we have just seen that vitamin C performs well when it is surrounded by an acidic or acid environment. This brings me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.